If I could never draw again, I feel like that would be kind of suffocating in a way, because art is just really a medium where you kind of like take what you see from real life and then like make it your own.
At Monta Vista, many students use art as a way to express their thoughts and emotions in a stressful environment. To learn more about why 3 Monta Vista students enjoy drawing, watch this video highlighting the processes they follow while creating their artwork.
I've been just drawing as a hobby like ever since I was little. It's just like really relaxing and just a creative outlet for me.
Well, I started creating art like at such a young age that I don't really remember what inspired me, but nowadays it's just the fact that like I get to create something all of my own and there's no boundaries as to what I can do.
As a child, like there was a lot of things I could do, but I really used to like to doodle and stuff, especially in elementary school. But I think around when I was 11, like I started to go online and I started to like go on the internet and see like everything on there. So there was a lot of like great artists on the internet, and being able to like see everything on there inspired me to like take art more seriously, and that's kind of how I began to take art seriously.
My favorite medium for art at the moment is probably digital art, just because if I mess up, I can just like double tap and it's all gone and I can just restart.
I think my favorite medium is digital right now, but I also like oil painting, yeah, and some pencil.
I just got a puppy, so I really enjoy like drawing dogs. I started an Etsy shop where I make custom pet stickers, and I just get sent like gazillion photos of adorable dogs, so that's probably my favorite thing to draw at the moment.
I really like drawing people, I guess, and like fan art and creating my own characters. And probably my least favorite things to draw are like landscapes or like basically like inanimate, not, or like, yeah, basically landscapes. Because, yeah.
For digital drawing, I usually start with a sketch. I just start with a sketch, and then I don't do a lot of like line work in my art. I just go in with the base colors, which are just like blocks of colors, just flat blocks of colors. And then I go in with like the shadows, different shading, and like different details within the work. And then when I'm finished with that, I remove the sketch, and then I just have my piece there.
I think the process would depend based on like what you're aiming for. So when you're just sketching mindlessly, it's not like you're aiming to create anything final, but definitely when you're like focusing on making a large piece, you have to like consider like the composition, for example. So basically what we do usually is you take your sketchbook and then you make a sketch, and it's like really just a thumbnail, so you can visualize what it would look like, but like composition wise. And then you like move on to like more detailed sketches and like start planning out where exactly you want everything to be and how it would look like. And then you transition to like basically the medium you're gonna work on, and then you sketch, and then you do all your like you have your preliminary sketch, and then so you can plan everything out beforehand, but then when you do your final, so you already kind of know where everything's gonna go.
So I start off with a rough sketch of what it's gonna look like. And then after I'm done with that, I draw the line art, so basically just the lines of the drawing. And after I do that, then I color it in, and then I add shadows next, and then at the very end, then I add a background and like some like filters and like overlays on top.
My main struggle in creating art is like having enough time for it, because as a high school student, I have a lot of work to do besides art, so art kind of falls back in my priorities. And even though I really love it, I don't really have that much time for it, so that's my main struggle.
The longest time I really could not get body proportions right, and people would have just like arms that were way too long, or like heads that were just like really strangely shaped. And even now, like, my body proportions are still a little bit strange, and I definitely still need to work on them.
There are a lot of struggles in regards to making art. Like, for example, you get really frustrated like you would with basically any other skill. If, like, for me personally, when I feel like I'm not making art that's good enough for me, like, I always compare myself to other artists, and I'm like, my art isn't good enough. And that kind of like makes this mindset of like, you have to catch up to other artists.
I developed my own artistic style through a lot of practice and just like experimenting with all the different mediums and brushes, pencils, stuff like that.
So when I'm doing digital, my artistic style is very 2D, kind of on the border of like cartoon and anime almost. Whereas when I oil paint, it's a little more realistic.
I would describe my style as kind of blocky, not necessarily like clean cut with like straight, clear lines, but it's very, I want to say like artistically, like not just, I don't draw like a pot or like a vase. I like to draw like special things, so well, not that vases and pots aren't special, but like yeah, I like to draw things other than that.
For my artistic style, it's not like something you consciously develop most of the time. It's like, for artistic style, like, you kind of take in everything around you. Like, if you see one artist you kind of really admire, you can take elements of their art into your own style. So it wasn't really a conscious decision, but sometimes you just see a specific art style of some other artist, and that inspires you to like incorporate elements into your own.